Hello, this is Randy and Jason with How to Make More Money with Music Volume 3, Generating Revenue by Licensing Your Music. We like to say that there's just one formula for all of business. What you make minus what you spend is what you keep. Our goal is to find lots and lots of ways to make more money with music. In fact, we've cataloged over 300 revenue streams and how to tap them, and we've covered them in our book, Making Money with Music. One of the best ways to make money with music is to license your existing music for use in TV, film, trailers, advertising, and more. So in this video, you're going to learn how to do that, how licensing works, how the music is chosen, and most importantly, how to get your music in front of the right people. So let's start with what licensing is. Now, when others want to use your composition or sound recording, they need to get your permission. It doesn't work like cover songs where they can just decide to use your music and maybe pay you and maybe not. They actually have to come to you and license your music if they want to use it. And use it they will, since there are many, many, many different types of multimedia projects that require music nowadays, and lots of different types of people that actually need this music. So you can actually reach out to them, find them, and really make some business happen by getting your music licensed. Once somebody's interested, you can give your permission, and you can do it for free if you want. But why not charge a license fee? Since you're not selling your music, you're actually renting it to them for their use in their multimedia project. Now, as the copyright owner of your composition and sound recording, you can negotiate all of the terms. And there's a lot of terms you can use, like how they can use your music, how much it'll cost, how long they can use it, where they can use it, how they should credit you, whether others can license it or whether it's exclusive. Any other terms and conditions you can agree to are all on the table. And all of this comes down to one key principle. The more they want out of the license, the higher the license fee you can charge them. There's another cool fact about licensing, and that's that it can also boost and generate more royalties for your music. Because, for example, if your music gets into a TV commercial, it's being played on the television. This generates royalties for you. If you want to know how to register your music for all the royalties you're owed, we cover that in our book. There's no time to do it in this short video that's focused on just licensing. And you can find it actually in a section that says the 12 registrations you should do for every composition that you have and sound recording. But let's focus on licensing for now and talk about how really to understand the music supervisor, which are the people who use the music. Now, not only are they in charge of finding and licensing music, they use a lot of different methods to try and locate the music. Certainly, they have a lot of personal connections, so that's what we mean by networking here. But also, they use music libraries and other curated libraries to find it, or they use music libraries that are uncurated. We'll get into the difference between them in a few minutes. But the thing to understand is there's a lot of places you can put your music to find it. There's also a few different types of music supervisors. There's 4 main types that you really should be aware of, and they all need slightly different things. Film is really looking for heavy-duty legal contracts to make sure they don't run into any problems. Not only are they looking for the right music, they're looking to do it the exact right way. So be ready for a more formal legal process with them. With movie trailers, it goes a lot quicker. They're looking for moods on demand, but they want something slightly different. They actually want your stems. They want the source tracks because they may just want a snippet of the music you created because it creates the right mood for what they're looking for. So if you want to keep the integrity of your work together, then you might not want to do movie trailers. But if you don't mind and you just want to license your creative work, then make sure to have all those stems available to them. For television, they want music that matches their scenes, and be ready to license quickly because TV moves very fast. They're really at the last minute usually just trying to license the music for their episodes. For advertising, they want the right vibe for their demographics. So you want to provide instrumental versions because they're often going to have an announcer speaking over your music, and if there's lyrics, it'll actually conflict. So this is another time where your production side needs to generate a few extra assets that they can use for their use if this is what you're looking to do. Now, keep in mind that as you reach out, if they say no, it's not a judgment about your music. It just means it fit or didn't fit into their project. Don't really use this as a way to find out whether your music is any good or not. This is only whether it fits their needs. There's a lot of things you can do to boost your chances to license. For example, you can clear the rights to all of your music and let them know that you own 200% of the music. That means you own both this composition and the sound recording for it. If that's unclear, it can be a problem, which is why it's a really good idea to use split sheets if you're doing songwriting with other people. This establishes who owns the song and what percentage of the song that they own. And we actually have this available if you want. You can download this if you can get our newsletter. We actually have a starter kit that includes one. You can grab one if you need it. There are more tips, though, and that includes creating a place where the interested parties can find your music, have the mastered tracks ready to go, and potentially many different mixes, depending on what you're trying to work with. And number 5 is critical. Always, always, always be easy to contact. Now, here's how to get your music in front of potential licensors. Number 1, check out the credits of your favorite show, because whoever is the music supervisor for that show might be the person to contact to get your music into that TV show. You also want to attend music conferences and get your music into all of the services that music supervisors use. Here is just a small sample of them here on the screen. We have a whole bunch of them listed in the in the Making Money with Music book. And further, there's also non-curated libraries that are within reach of everybody that really don't decide who gets in it or not. They make it available to everybody, so it's super easy to get in. The others are curated, which means they might reject your music or go through an application process. So this is the simplest way to do it. Just use SongTrader or SyncTank, or one of your distribution partners will sometimes have libraries available. Now, some music production houses hire musicians to create original music on demand. If you're really great at composing music, especially if you're good at turning it around quickly, this can be a great job for you, and you can do this. It helps to specialize in a niche. It helps to be really, really good at one type of music rather than say, well, we can do everything. What they want usually is a standout, and the more unique you are, sometimes the easier time you have of getting your music licensed. Here's some bonus tips. We're going to cover some extra material that's not in the PDF that you can download. To increase your licensing chances, you want to get your music out there so it's heard and ensure it's credited correctly. Here's what we mean. There's 45 categories of places to get your music heard and seen. These are categories. These are not just individual places. So, for example, MP3 Blogs has a universe of places that are interested in reviewing music, and we know for a fact, because we've interviewed them, that music supervisors actually survey those sites to find new music. So keep in mind that as you explore this list, it's an entire universe under each one of the 45 categories that you can see. Secondly, there are many credits databases you should be in so that they can find you, the composer, if they find your music. All of these places are used by the streaming services and many other places online so that you can discover who wrote what. It's really important to get into all these, and it's free. You just have to spend a little time registering it, so it's a very good idea to do it. And finally, once you really get music licensing in your mix of business activities that you're doing around your music, you can actually supercharge your music income. So that includes generating license fees, generating publicity, boosting streams and sales, boosting royalties, boosting bookings, and even generating more licensing opportunities as you get them. For more ideas, you can check out our book, Making Money with Music, which covers this and far, far, far more ideas. You can also subscribe to our free Making Money with Music newsletter. We also have a free download packet if you do that. That includes a companion ebook. It includes split sheets. And so it's a really great place to handle that issue. Hopefully this helps, and we're looking to make you more music, so get out there and make more money with your music.